What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Warface video. My name is Versatile, and I really don't know what these devs are doing anymore. So this is the third video of the somewhat series I have. So my first video was the review. The second one was about the anything they do will be too little too late. And this is the third video to that. And honestly, I don't even know what these devs are doing anymore. So I'm going to read through some of the stuff they have planned for us and give my opinions on it. If you guys do enjoy this, don't be like and comment, and let's get into it. Okay, so we're on the official Warface Clutch website, and right now, I'm reading their roadmap. So this was released on the 29th of April, so I am late. So I'm gonna go through this real quick, and basically, this is probably a very short roadmap that I've seen. They're probably gonna go dark again after all of this is implemented. But basically, there's a trailer park map rework, a PvE rework, and an in-game shop design rework. So nothing new. What we have here, they're gonna bring back the Anubis, Blackout, and Earthshaker missions. They're gonna be reworked. I'm gonna get into more of that later. We also have the in-game shop update rework, which is, I don't like the new UI. I'm sorry. It just feels a bit. It feels soulless, to be honest, to me. We also have the trailer park map redesign. So this right here is pretty much gonna be a theme park kind of theme. I'm seeing here it's like more like a theme park now instead of an actual trailer park, and I guess that's why they call it Warland Park. Um, yeah, I mean, the map is definitely gonna play different, and we're gonna get into that a little bit. So if we go down here, they removed this section of the map, so that's gone. They blocked off this part completely. The space between the two hangars, that's blocked, so no more getting on top of that. Although you can easily die from that spot. I don't know why they changed that, but you can very easily die if people are paying attention up here. Um, we also have the rear hanging doors open here. And we also have this spot removed, and I guess this was either shortened or removed as well, but it looks like it's been shortened. Um, this has been moved a little bit, I guess, or this asset has been removed. I don't know how this is gonna work. I have no idea what I'm looking at too much here. I'm not too familiar with game design, but that's pretty much it. So I don't know what their end goal is for this whole PvE rework, because they're not actually reworking anything. They're more of just tweaking the mission. Maybe the bot's doing more damage, but it doesn't really matter. The mission plays the exact same as they did before. I don't know why they're removing or adding anything, because nothing's really changing and everything's kind of the same, even on the hardest difficulty. They basically gutted special operations, and it nearly killed off the mode, because not only are the crowns resetting weekly, but no one really is going to play the whole same three spec ops all the time. So I don't know what they're going for with this, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. They could have just kept all the missions and then tweak the crown rates. And really the only thing this is a tweak. It is nothing that is actually being reworked. However, this isn't even the biggest problem I'm about to address here. Ranked is still going to be unplayable for the foreseeable future, because they haven't addressed the rank bug, and I don't know why, because this is a significant bug that's been plaguing ranked. And you can join in, and then there'll only be like one person on your team, and then there can be like 3 or 4 enemies on the other team. And if you don't rejoin this match, this will automatically count as a loss. So if you don't know about this or wondering why it's kicking you to the screen, you need to restart your game, and then it'll put you in the match, or at least ask you to reconnect, because that's the only way to even get back in that match. And if you didn't rejoin in time, you will get an automatic loss. This will count, and this can wreck your rating, and many people's ratings have likely been wrecked by this bug. And overall, it's being ignored. It's actually being ignored, and I have proof of this. All right, so I switched over to the Warface Clutch Discord server, and this is basically the console feedback session. And if you looked here, it's just negative, or just telling you to fix stuff, or at least add back stuff. Compensation would be nice for not working your game this evening. Fix crashing the achievement menu. This has been a bug for a while. Fixed ranks, it can be 2v5. That's what I just talked about. The old event shop with the same thing. Yeah, pretty much the same thing is in the events every day now. And the events have gotten stale. Bring back the skins of the event shop, bring Blackwood back. Pretty much Team Gun Game's the new event, but I don't really bother playing with the events no more since they've gotten stale. But basically, fix the game before handing out new stuff. Rank loading crashes screen, lag spikes, long matchmaking queues. So pretty much a bunch of this is going to be here. The friends and clan system. They've implemented cross platform. They implemented it so horribly that these are basic features on many other games. However, it'll be basically a luxury on this game because the devs don't really know how to properly implement crossplay. But yeah, cross adding, that's not a thing. You can't add someone on Xbox or PC if you're on PlayStation, and pretty much that goes always. Warface dollar boxes, those need to be brought back. I just thought this was the amount of credits you spend on 5 boxes. Yeah, they increased the amount of credits you spend. Instead of it being 100k, it is now 120k. And K stands for credits, not thousand. Fix ranked kick, or everyone's gonna end up going to other games. Fix this crap lagging and crashing, the problems. And I can go on and on about this, but they're ignoring this. So if we go to console fact over here, this has nothing to do with what people are asking for, except for this question. Add back the old shop system where new engines and pistols from other series, which I actually like this idea because I'm more of a collector. I was always been a collector. I pretty much collected and did gun reviews on Warface, and honestly, I would like this back because I do like the old weapons. But here's their answer, or at least the answer from the community manager. We totally get the love for the old guns. However, some of them can fall behind stat wise. I don't care. I mean, it was for Warface dollars. I mean, no one really cares. People just want these weapons back for Warface dollars. If they're falling behind stat wise, that means they're gonna try to buff them and sell them for credits again, which is exactly what they've been doing with buffing these older weapons, so they can resell them to you guys. So we have something here, return Operation Blackwood to the game, and keep in mind, look at the jump. Look at the jump. This was in January 24th of 2025. This was in May 16th. That is a 4-month jump. They are not answering us. They're probably looking at the feedback section and laughing at People are mainly asking to fix and add stuff back that they removed. However, they're just ignoring it and cherry picking questions that they want to answer. You know what's so messed up about this? Is that on the PC website, pc.warfaceclutch.en, warfaceclutch.com.en, there's the same article. But look at this. This was part one. They have a whole part two. They have a part two to theirs. So we're going to go ahead and read through PC's part two, which I think is this one. We're going to go ahead and read through this. So, thanks for the warm feedback on our new preview format. Your support has encouraged us to continue this roadmap style article series, offering a closer look at upcoming features before they hit the live series. Now, they get a whole sound upgrade. They have a revamped player profile and new custom PvP room interface. So I'm going to look through this right here. So the new revamped player profile will look like this when you click on someone's profile. And looking at this ain't even that bad, yet we're not getting this on console. I don't know why they're not implementing this on console. But yeah, PC was always the priority. We were kind of the afterthought on console, but I'm not re-downloading this game and starting over on PC. I'm sorry, I have too many other games to play. But yeah, looking at this, it's better. It's better. It's actually better. That's probably one of the things I like about the UI. I like this. I like this. But yeah, we don't get it on console. We probably won't be getting this until like what, the end of the year, maybe next year. And looking at the PvP room interface, it looks soulless. It looks soulless. Oh, I didn't even know I could do that. I can just click and zoom in the image. But it's all right, I guess. It definitely looks cleaner, but it does look a little bit soulless. But that's pretty much this UI in a nutshell. But looking at this, it's not even that bad. But we got a whole sound upgrade for PC. Footstep volume levels, unique volume levels have been added for different player states, prone, crouching. They're getting a whole sound update, and they're also getting a hand reworks. So this is, I guess, is We're going to say the first player view hands rework. We have updated the first person hands to look even more realistic. The improvement also opens the door for creating even cooler melee animation tricks, like the one below in the future. They're getting all of this. They're getting this. Like, how is console not getting this at the same time? I'm gonna tell you guys maybe the reason why, but the reason why is that I think they're still trying to get this game to run on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well as the Switch One, which I believe the Switch One is really holding it back. But if this game comes on the Switch too, then I hope they can create like a new generation of this. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring players back by doing that, but something needs to change for this game to rebound. But yeah, looking at this is just devastating. It's a bit depressing almost. Okay, guys, so before I run out of time here, I just want to show you guys something real quick. And this is the Warface Russian site. So ru.warface.com. So we're here with the updates. So this is the dangerous attraction season they're calling. And the thing about the Russian version of Warface is that in 2023 or 2022, my game split, and basically the licenses for Warface in Russia were sold to Astrum Entertainment. I think they acquired the game, and then that company Astrum is owned by VK, if I'm not mistaken, which is basically the Russian version of Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Um, and the Warface Clutch, the international version, is made by my games still. They're just fully in the European. They're based in Amsterdam, while Astrum is based in Moscow, Russia. So basically what I'm trying to say is that these should be two separate publishers along with two separate teams that shouldn't be in contact with one another. I think it's maybe they did this to break away from the Russian market and maybe appeal to international a bit more. But I do find this a bit weird that we're getting the same thing as they are getting in 2025. So the dangerous attraction season. So looking at this picture, this like looks like that's almost suing grounds because that looks like Captain Price from Call of Duty. But looking at this image, I have no idea what this is. It might be the new series. But looking at these new weapons, this is the Crow Arms Compact. I feel like I might have seen this weapon before, or I've heard the name before. We also have the FN Herstal Evilist. I played with that in Battlefield 2042. And the FN Scar in 6.5mm Creedmoor. So that is that. We also have the new buff weapons. So the M16, Scar L, and Deagle already have their stats out. However, for the KSG and the AX308, I am not so sure. The PvE shop has that weapon series. I have no idea what this weapon series is, but this is the prestige rewards: the AS50 gold, AK12 gold, the PP 2011 Keter gold, and the Sega Bullpup gold. So I want to go over this real quick, but look at what they have here. There's a full list of changes, but this is basically their first article. But if you click on the full list of changes, it gives you a whole sub article here with all the list of changes. And this will make me being on international on PC feel like an afterthought, let alone console. Um, but yeah, error occurred. So here are the stats for the Kraut Arms Compact. I think that's a new weapon. For next for the Evilist and the FN Scar DMR. They haven't released those as far as I know. We also have the Shark Killer Weapon series, whatever it's a Megaloid. But yeah, looking at some of this, it's almost like we're gonna get this exact same content, even though these are supposed to be under two different studios and two different entities. So I don't know if they're communicating or not, but they actually have to be. We also have the rating matches, the Macmillan. These are the skins. So the AS Val, the Marlin 1894 Custom, AMB 17, Macmillan we already saw, Taurus Judge, and the hunting knife. That's what it's called. Taurus Judger is crazy though. But we're not gonna sit there and dwell on that. So correction of matches, changes in compensation for the game in the minority. Okay, points for a crushing result to increase the motivation of players to not leave the rounds but try to win or end at least all to reduce the gap. So they ended up like it's somewhat of a system where if it's a blowout, maybe they it's like a compensation for a blowout, I guess. But prestige season, why. Okay, I predicted that perfectly. But they're also getting the same sound improvements and stuff. And here are the new updates. So we have the M16A3 right here, if you guys want to take a picture of that. We also have the FN Scar LPDW and the Desert Eagle. So here's the thing. Look at this. They're giving the Russian players the exact tweaks right here. This season, we aim to weaken the meta of foothills, of shots, of strengthen the rapid fire archives. Okay. That's worded a bit weird for me. Some changes for snipers. The unconditional favor of the PGM ultra ratio will be weakened to return interest in the expanding class arsenal. And the RC-48, which I have no idea what that is, will receive a significant reinforcement and will be on the same level with the best class rifles. I have no idea what the RC-48 is. But yeah, looking at that, they actually look at this. They really they showed the Russian players everything, exactly how everything was tweaked. And looking at this, if this was on console, they won't even be. So there's a decrease in accuracy during prolonged firing. So I guess they're either implementing that or that's an issue they've noticed. But yeah, look at this. They've given us a whole patch notes and everything. We don't really get that on console. Or at least we haven't did it in a while. But at the end of the day, I just try to make this video so I can show other people where we are in terms of Warface in 2025. I think we really are afterthoughts at this rate. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and comment. You pretty much reached the end. I'm glad you did. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.